Good day, our viewers of Four Levels of Interest magazine. We're here today with Apostle Outlaw. We're here to talk to her about the things she does in her ministry as far as doing grant writing classes, dealing with the homeless, dealing with food pantries, several different things that she's into. Um, it's wonderful to be here with you.
Thank you.
It's my first time ever having to interview you, and we're gonna let people know about you a little bit more. My first question is, what was your calling to be a minister?
Well, before I got into ministry, I worked for corporate, which I still do, but I work from home now. And I was a project manager working for a construction company, leading that, everything going well. And one day I just heard the Lord say, I want you to become a pastor. And I'm like, nah, that's not for me, Lord. And it's like the more I tried to run away from it, the more he was steering me towards that. So I actually, accepted the call, got into it, became a pastor. I actually secured Illinois Institute of Technology at IIT. That was my first church. It was my first church service. We had church in the auditorium. That was going well. I was a pastor for 16 months. And after that, I got a call saying, I believe God's calling you to be an apostle. I'm like, that's a lot. Because I was barely doing this well. And that's how I got into the ministry. Got the call, got ordained as an apostle 16 months after that. And 221 churches later, the rest is history.
Excellent. Sounds interesting. How did you get started with the different programs you provide?
How I really got started was I had started Daughters of Destiny Ministry out of the basement of my home, which was only like five women from the community, from the church, and we started it in 1999 out of the basement of my home. And we really just started helping like women in the community, children in the community. And then after a while, we started having like leadership programs. And not too long after, I secured a facility. I started leasing the facility that we were at before, prior to this, on West 79th. And I just heard the Lord say, it's time for you to expand. But I didn't think the expansion project was going to be add all of these services. Today we have over 100 social services that we house inside of this facility. Along with, most people think we're just known for like food pantry, but we do aftercare. We do summer programs. We do leadership academy. We do mental health. We do anger management. So it's a lot of stuff that we do.
Okay. Do you have any up and coming events people should need to know about?
This up and coming event that we're about to have is the end of September in the Roseland Pullman community. We're about to have a giveaway. And so the giveaway is free. We have like 1,000 partners that already then start donating the stuff that we're gonna give away. We got stuff from QVC, we got stuff from Walmart, we got stuff from Target, Disney. So we're just gonna do a whole community giveaway. And that's our up and coming next event.
Okay. What advice would you give to people about new life of entrepreneurship?
The biggest advice I would give is find some type of model that they can use, find a paradigm, find someone that already did it, because most businesses usually are not successful within the first year. It's okay, but they don't last for 5 years. And one of the reasons, because I think a lot of people jump into business and they don't have a blueprint, they don't have a plan. Most of the time they don't have a mentor. So I would say that would be find yourself a blueprint, find yourself a model, find someone that have done it before, because nobody's really reinventing the wheel. So when you put new ventures together, I advise, especially young entrepreneurs, is find someone that did it before them and that's successful, and then have them to mentor them so they can last.
Okay, so I know you've been working with Ms. Spears. I met you at an event on 63rd in Austin, and you have spoken about your classes for grant writing. And could you tell my viewers a little bit about what you do in the grant writing class?
Yes, so grant writing, I started writing grants when I was 18 years old. It's very fulfilling, but I noticed in grant writing, there's not a lot of African American people that write grants, period. Most of the people that write grants are overseas and out of the states. A lot of them come from places like Jamaica, so you really don't see a lot of grant writers in the United States, period. So I was real interested in writing grants as a young adult. Then once I turned 18, I learned how to write them. I had started this non-for-profit organization, Daughters of Destiny, and what I realized that I was missing, I knew how to write grants, but I needed to teach other people how to write grants. Because sometimes you got people that open up non-for-profit organizations and they believe that the organization is going to sustain without money, and that's impossible. So that's how I really got off into grants. So we have a grant writing class. I've also written a grant writing book that's on Amazon. And the manual is an exhaustive manual that tells people how to write grants, and then who to write those grants to, and then how to do proposals. So our classes are every Thursday. We do it by phone. We do it by conference call. We have only from 7 to 8. We have people from all over the world that get on that conference call for 12 weeks and learn the foundation of grant writing. So I love it.
Sounds good. Well, I attended one of your classes. I do have the notes, and something currently I'm working towards. I appreciate, the fact that I was able to do that, so I could get some more insight to bring to my group that I'm having with levels of interest, especially because we're going to need that. Besides getting sponsorship and dealing with other people that want to help fund the magazine, I think that it's important to learn how to do grant writing, because if you need something, maybe sponsorship might take a little longer, or maybe it's not that. You just need to learn how to do something like that, so we'll be able to get things that we need.
Right. And really, one of the myths about grant writing is not just about getting money. Grant writing is getting donated space. Grant writing is getting in-kind donations. Grant writing is swapping services for services. So it's not just getting grant money, it's securing donors, it's securing sponsors. So it's an all-exhaustive plan about grant writing. So I admonish people to learn, and once they learn grant writing, it catapults them into learning how to write business plans and business proposals. So we don't just talk about grant writing.
Right. Well, I understand that, because I'm in the process of doing a program charter similar to grant writing.
Oh, wow.
And you have to be able to have that, to present to people when you need funding for whatever you're doing with your new up-and-coming business. So it's kind of similar, but it's just a stepping stone to grant writing and, actually getting the message out. This is what I'm doing, and this is why I need it. Same thing, but just a different format.
Right.
So I do understand where you're coming from on that. But I would like to say thank you for letting us come to your church and your office.
Thank you for interviewing.
And Daughters of Destiny, I see this work, and I was very proud of you when you received the award at the Renaissance a couple of weeks ago. And it was an enjoyable time.
Thank you very much.
And we'll hope to see you again.
I hope so.
And to all my viewers for Level of Interest Magazine, this concludes our interview.